Jump in and join the club and float this whiskey river reservoir. We're gonna spend the weekend in the deep end of a diving ball.
Oh my gosh, look what the cat drug in. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dive Evening Edition. Hi, everybody. How you doing there?
Hey, chat.
Hi.
Hey.
Salutations, everyone.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful team to be a part of. So glad to join all of you.
We're so glad to have you guys.
Yeah, good to be here.
Yeah, let's make some formal introductions here. We have Ali Alexandra and Amber. Would you like to introduce Ali?
Certainly. Allie is joining us and also joining our board of directors on Roar Media. We are
Congratulations.
so happy to have a powerhouse from the Midwest. And
Oh,
thanks. Yeah, looking forward to getting a lot of content out there and building up our brand. So
Yes, definitely.
welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Chanda, you want to introduce this other guy here?
we have Kit Cabela from Heartlands Media. Thank you. Welcome.
Oh, yeah.
It's a real pleasure to be on this show. And, you know, the thing is, and you reminded me of this, Sharon, we met a long time ago at the People's Summit way back, I think, 2017?
Yeah, a long time ago.
The world, while it is vast and huge, it is also a small world at the same time. And I'm so glad
I know
to be
it is.
rejoined by so many wonderful people. And also, for the first time, being a special guest co-host with Ali Alexandria, who's done phenomenal work and has been a guest on numerous other progressive platforms. As always, everyone, just keep pushing forward and don't stop with what you're doing.
No, actually, absolutely.
That's what we need to keep doing. And Kit, you had a shout out. You wanted to shout out somebody about some pizza that got thrown at you?
Yeah. So I was minding my business on my YouTube channel, doing a awesome live stream show with my colleague Daniel Lupker, with FaZe manning the board. And all of a sudden, we see this message from the Convo Couch. And minding my business, I looked at it, and then all of a sudden, I just saw this fake news being shared by Fiorella Isabella, which is like basically Fiorella said this, and everyone in the live stream chat just shared this with Fiorella. It is fake news to say that New York pizza is better than Chicago style pizza. It's a scientific fact that Chicago style pizza plus our secret style pizza that we have are the best. And look, we're going to take this from Ben Shapiro. This is a fact, and facts don't care about feelings. And
Facts don't care about
New York style is at the end of the line. So there you go.
Yeah, I'll second that.
I have to go with Kit on that. I'm a Chicago style pizza guy, so
I can't. I have to stand with Fee and the Russian bots on this one. Maybe it's the West Coaster in me, but I like that thin pizza. Or I don't like carbs, so I think that's really what it comes down
Yeah,
to.
that's the West Coaster in you.
Fake news. Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
you guys are
Chicago style's the
making
best. People should tell Fiorella that I said that this Chicago will win.
Yeah, I'm in Chicago too, so
Okay, as long
The
as
chat says as long as it's organic.
yeah,
right?
organic vegan pizza. Yeah.
I'm having an influence. This chef actually likes both types of pizza, but I prefer a Chicago dog.
yeah. New York is good though. New York is good. I
Anyway,
like all that.
Fee, see what you started?
yeah, it's all Fee's fault. It's all Fee's fault. Yeah. So
Yeah.
They're totally different. You can't compare those.
Yeah, they do have different qualities to them, and people don't realize when we're talking about Chicago pizza, it's not deep dish usually. That's actually not what people in Chicago love to eat.
We have another type of pizza in our hip back pocket, which means we are double prepared for this fight. Cause,
Yeah,
'cause
bring
not
it.
only will we fight dirty, but we'll fight heavy too.
there you go. That's it. Pizza Wars. This is it.
Pizza Wars.
Time for a movie. Time for a movie, Chanda. Beauty and the Boomer. Pizza Wars, starring
Pizza
Ali
Wars.
Alessandra and Kit Cabello, and Fiorella Isabella will be the grand marshal of that movie.
Yeah, we'll have to get going on that.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Ali, we had Jackson Hinkle on last week, and I wanted to pull a clip of you on his show. Now, this was one of the other great newer social media personalities that is out there, and I just got this clip. I want to play it for everybody so they can get to know you a little bit more. Okay?
All right.
All right, here we go.
Next, we have Ali Alexandra. We have it appears as though we have many Ali fans in the chat.
Yes,
popping
Ali
off
fan.
already saying love Ali's work surrounding the DSA coverage and force the vote. So, Ali, if you'd like to say a few words, introduce yourself. I think everyone would be dope.
I'm happy to see so many people here. I did not know I had this. It's nice to have a little group. No, I mean, what's been going on, I love that all these independent creators are kind of collaborating lately. I think that's been really effective, just for kind of crossing groups over. Honestly, I really can't beat that introduction that we just had, so I don't nearly have as much of a record as she does, but I love research. I'm a big research nerd, so that's kind of what prompted this particular project as far as going, I don't want to say going after DSA, because a lot of you have read my article, and I've done multiple articles on DSA, but really the goal was more to hopefully encourage them, meaning the leaders, to kind of rethink how they organize and how they respond to movements that are outside of the DSA.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you were on, you had a great panel there. You had Joy Marie Mann and DJ, is it DJ Cool? Is that DJ?
DJ Joke. Yes.
Yeah, DJ Joke. Okay, yeah, that was great. And that was a great segment over there at Jackson.
Yeah, it was awesome to be part of.
That was nice. You got that out there. Now we like to clip around here, so you're up next there, Kit. So here's your clip. Now you were quite passionate in this clip, so I just want to prepare everybody, right? Okay, here we go.
It just goes on to again prove what we've been saying here at Hard Lens Media, that if the Democrats and the Biden administration are going to be flip-flopping on the issues, well, you're going to get a lot of people angry. And I just found this lovely tweet from the Democrats on their Twitter page, posted at least around my time, 3:51 p.m. on January 30th, 2021. And you're going to love this. This is going to be delicious. The Democrats at the President of the United States will build on the $600 down payment provided by Congress last year, sending an additional $1,400 to households across America, totaling direct payments to $2,000 per person. So let me just explain this little tweet. And you can find all the links to the stories in the show notes and description box below. But this little fantastic tweet, and I had to screenshot it because, again, this wasn't what was promised. Now, of course, critics of us being critical of the Biden administration will say, well, wait a minute, $600 plus $1,400, that's going to be $2,000. That's not what the Democrats said. Biden and the Democrats, especially when they were campaigning in good old Georgia, were saying that we were going to get
Yeah, were they really saying that, or are you just being a Trumpist that I've been accused of for pointing these things out?
Okay, so let's again explain something that's happening. I think Moving for People's Party shared the mashup video already on Twitter as well. But all of the Democratic candidates, the two senatorial candidates that were in the runoff who were part of the Democratic Party, Biden himself, numerous other people that were campaigning in Georgia and on social media, all the vote blue, no matter who, people were saying $2,000. Now, to be very clear, if they said, we're going to add $1,400 to the $600 so you get to $2,000, I would understand that. I would be sympathetic to that. I would say, okay, it's not the best they can do, but $1,400. But no. They said $2,000. They said $2,000. And the reason why they were saying $2,000 was because when the Biden administration got involved in the care package, the relief package that was happening under Trump, the Biden administration lowered that stimulus to $600.
Yep.
The Biden administration got involved and got the Democrats in the House and Senate to follow through with that $600 stimulus. When Trump went on national television, look, there's a lot to say about Donald Trump. Is he a good person? No. Is he brave at all? No. Does he care about people? No. But when he said $2,000 is what the American people need, $600 is an insult, he was right. And he made the Democrats look bad, and the Democrats had to flip-flop and quickly backpedal away because they realized that they were doing something stupid. And on top of that, too, that $1,200 stimulus check that we were getting, if we just remember that it was Nancy who, in front of the press, said that the reason why she didn't support or continue on with additional stimulus checks because she wanted to hurt Trump. so that Trump would lose the election.
Exactly.
Well, she didn't hurt Trump. I mean, Trump's still a rich man. Trump is still out there, but she really hurt working class citizens that desperately needed those stimulus checks in April.
Well, they toted it. They toted that $2,000, so they needed those seats. They would have never flipped the Senate, so they bought those Senate seats with our stimulus. Basically, it's the way
I thought that was against election laws, isn't that?
But think about it. But think about it for 1 second, though. So in March we got the $1,200 stimulus checks. So think what we could have done with it in April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
Exactly.
Like 9 months. And $1,200, while it's not a lot, it would have meant something for a lot of people. But yet our Congress, especially Democratic Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, was the one who led the initiative to make sure we would not get continuous stimulus checks. And so now the Democrats are saying, well, we never promised 2,000, but yet there's so many videos of Biden and the Democratic senator candidates, now senators who are now in the United States Senate. All of them are saying 2,000, 2,000. I did not hear $1,400. So I'm looking up, I'm looking down, and I'm looking at your pockets, Democrats. Where's our damn money?
Where's my money?
We made a promise. Where's the money? And now there's talk about them lowering it to 1,000.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, if they're going to pass just under $1 billion, right?
But in the meantime, you can give $40 billion away to hedge funds, and then are you really going to hold Biden accountable? Look how old he is. He can't remember what the hell he said last week.
Yeah, they're going to work on shapes and colors next week.
I saw that. That was hilarious. He practiced signing his name this week. Next week's the shapes and colors. Kathy Copeland Patton, hilarious. But I saw a video of him this week when they were putting one of those executive orders in front of him, and he's like, "Oh, what am I signing?"
I know it's not, but yeah, he doesn't know what's going on.
Allie, what do you?
You got to realize that most people who were working that had unemployment, that unemployment has now run out.
Yeah,
but it's completely depleted.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, you've been allowed to put $36,000 in debt, I would say, on the average rent. So now you've got a moratorium. You're just going to keep racking it up, but they're never giving you anything to make you whole.
Yeah,
so that you're not evicted and on the street.
Yeah. Allie, what are you going to do? What do you think is going to happen, or when is whatever you're going to about to say? And I have an idea is going to happen when people don't get any stimulus or any support from our government. When is the shit going to really hit the fan, in your opinion?
I give it about another month or two. That's all I'm going to say. If nothing happens within a month or two, I think shit will really hit the fan. I'm pretty much at this point, if you don't, they're going to keep telling us the same thing. Do you believe them is my question. What's preventing them from doing that? Any of this? Look how quickly they can get together to pass bills for the military, for Wall Street. We don't really matter. So it's when people really decide that they are done with it. I'm not advocating for anything, but it just, I would say if something doesn't happen within the next 2 months, I feel like then it's really going to get bad. That's just me, though.
I missed my two target dates, which was the week of the 18th of January and the 25th, but we did see the stock market kind of take a chunk the other day, which doesn't mean shit anymore. But what did I say, Chanda? March 5th? March 5th.
We've been saying that since last June.
Yeah,
right?
March 5th. So that's what we're looking at. Anyway, we got a little graphic up here. This was it wasn't your words. Goodness. If you send John and the Reverend to Washington, those $2,000 checks will go out the door, restoring hope and decency and honor for so many people who are struggling right now. I thought that's what he said. Isn't that what you heard? I don't know. I just don't know. Biden trends on Twitter as critics demand $2,000 stimulus check. This is an AP. It's through the Daily Mail. Think of what you wish, but it's still an AP thing. So I don't know. Let me just let's close this up with just a little bit of foreplay. No. Anyway.
Could I add in something real quick though?
No, you can't. Go away. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
So here's what I wanted to add in, and this is something that has me concerned because we all sit around what if when things are going to hit the fan or when things fall apart. But people are angry, scared, and confused. And it doesn't matter what your political affiliation is. You got a lot of scared people out there because they don't know what tomorrow is going to hold for them. We have no social safety nets. We have no single payer health care. We don't have a universal basic income. And the thing is, the American people have been lied to for so long, and now with so many at risk of being evicted or dying from this virus or something else entirely different. I mean, you have a lot of people that are toting the line to where they could either be homeless or something worse happen to them. So good luck in telling people to calm down when their loved ones are dying. Good luck in telling people to calm down when they're evicted from their homes. Good luck in telling people to calm down when they can't put food on the table and their loved ones are starving. Because it's not going to be some pothead comedian you have to wave your finger at. It's going to be massive amount of starving people, scared people who are at risk of being evicted from their homes, losing their jobs, having zero income, being heavily in debt. When you have a desperate person, they will react violently to a hostile environment, and the only reaction to have in an irrational environment is to push back, because people have a breaking point. And it's, you could say, well, the Democrats are helping you out, and you could wag your finger at them and call someone stupid or whatever. It's not going to be easy, because when you go out there to that crowd and that crowd is starving and angry, I will not promise that you will be walking back alive, because it's not going to be that pothead comedian you got to worry about anymore.
Absolutely.
It's going to be angry individuals that have been betrayed by their government, and more importantly, have been denied resources to help them avoid poverty. And then we have a corporate media that is refusing to cover stories about how corrupt our government is and how the top 1% have basically stolen everything from us. So you can't tell people just to calm down and watch their tone.
But this isn't
they will
something.
react angry. The reaction will be violent.
Right. But this isn't, we talk about it like it's in the future. It's happening all over the country. Every Saturday night, I bring a homeless report from a different major city. This weekend was Vegas. They're all starting to look the same with huge tent cities. We just had a tent city bulldozed at City Hall in Bellingham, Washington. My good friend, Darren Mann, who was on the Journey for Bernie many years back, he turned his front yard into a camp area for the homeless in Salt Lake City just this week. It's happening now. These people are already out of their houses. They're already starving.
Yeah. And then when you have 10 cities, because look, I love driving to the studio. Having the studio was a 3-year goal for me and Daniel, and it's been a tough, hard road. And it's really nice to drive to a place where you could say you did it. But I'm seeing more businesses being shut down. I'm seeing more tents underneath the bridges. I'm seeing more homes being closed up. It's not looking good here in Chicago either. And plus we have this horrible snowstorm too. I mean, there's going to be a breaking point. And when you have a basically ignorant neoliberal government, that neoliberal government will be in for a rude awakening. And, people ask, how do we get Trump? This is the environment that gave us Trump. Yep. But I'm afraid of a competent version of Trump.
Me too.
But we could get a competent version of him.
Yep.
We've been saying that
for that. We've been saying that for a long time now.
Yeah. We're on our way now, honestly. I think we're already almost there. So he might look different. Well, he will. He won't be as orange. He will sound different, but if they're really going to call that one the fascist, I think I'm looking at somebody, even though he doesn't know what's going on now, Biden, the way he acts and the way his government, his cabinet, government, everything is operating reminds me more of fascism, and the people that are behind him calling for that, especially against the left.
And virtue signaling it too. That's what just drives me crazy.
I don't know if you saw
everybody's just like,
I can roll my eyes again if you'd like. I'm pretty
deer in the headlights.
Who let Mike Pompeo into the chat?
I was asking if he was shilling for Tom Vilsack again.
Well,
what are you doing,
Mike Pompeo? Welcome to the live stream chat.
Yeah, here, Mike.
I think I know this Mike Pompeo. Yeah. He's one of the good ones.
Oh, good.
No, he's funny. He's funny. He's totally calling you guys, neo-lib show.
Right on. Right on. We like to be called those kinds of names. I wear it with a badge of honor. So I'm just going to run a few seconds of this just to prove this is, this got called out as fake news this morning in several of my groups. And I just kind of laughed. I go, it's news clips. They're not taking out of context. They're just damn news clips. But check it out. It's funny.
Is it broken?
Give it a
Thinking
minute.
about it.
Got it.
Give it a minute. I believe in you, computer.
Working.
Machine spirit.
Come on, man. Chanda, it's your fault. Everything's your fault.
I know. It's okay. I'm used to it.
Yeah, it's doing the spin.
Light up the incense and praise the Messiah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Will be.
We have
pleased.
gremlins in our system.
We have gremlins in our system. Well, if this is the worst thing that happens today, we'll be good. I'm going to restart it here real quick. Ah, yeah, that worked. Just restart it. Here we go. Let's have some sound.
When in doubt.
Our checks will go out the door.
We will be able to pass $2,000 stimulus checks for the people next week.
We'll deliver the $2,000 stimulus checks.
And that begins with the $2,000 stimulus.
When you send me and Reverend Warnock to the Senate, we will pass those $2,000 stimulus checks. You send me and Reverend Warnock to the Senate, we will pass those $2,000 stimulus checks.
They will make decisions about whether we give people a $2,000 check.
We need to pass $2,000 stimulus checks for the people.
For getting people that $2,000 in relief, direct payment.
Congress should pass $2,000 checks. President-elect Biden and Democrats are all pushing for $2,000 relief checks.
$2,000 stimulus checks.
$2,000 relief checks. $2,000 relief checks. They should send $2,000 checks to the American people right now.
Supporting $2,000 relief payments right now.
We need to be passing the $2,000 stimulus relief checks.
That means we need John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, who will go to D.C. to ensure the $2,000 checks.
You see ads that say, want your $2,000 stimulus check? Vote Democrat. Vote for Warnock.
I want a stimulus check. Chuck Schumer's trying to increase it to $2,000. Well, I actually have a bill for that.
One of the first things that I want to do when our new senators are seated is deliver the $2,000 checks to the American families.
And the debate over $2,000 isn't some abstract debate.
$2,000 checks, so kind of actually $1,400 checks.
By electing John and the Reverend, we'll put an end to the block in Washington on that $2,000 stimulus check.
10 moderate Republicans want a seat at the table to pitch a slimmed-down relief proposal.
That money that will go out the door immediately.
What they might be willing to do is negotiate on those stimulus checks.
How can you assure Americans that relief will come and come soon?
Have you ever known anyone in the history of the United States of America that could be president and assure exactly what the Congress is going to do? That money that will go out the door immediately. And that's not hyperbole, that's real.
Oh, wow.
You damn Russian bot. How dare you bring such propaganda and put those words into those men's mouths?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. They were saying, "Oh, that's fake news." You know, how is that fake news?
It's a deep fake, obviously.
Oh my God, I just about died when I saw the Twitter one last night. I had that in there, but somebody, I don't know, Matt Orfala or somebody on his caliber put that together real quick, and it was awful easy to do. So I'm calling for it, and Allie too. So you guys keep screaming.
I'm going to head back out into my garage, grab my BMX, and go after him because I want my $2,000.
I just want my money.
That's a great movie, Amber.
Here's my inner Chicago, and just coming out. I was born and raised in the city of Chicago. So, Biden, Democrats, I'm looking up. I'm looking down. You had me get outside my house. Now I'm looking at your pockets. Where's the money? Where's the money, gentlemen?
Show me the money.
Where's the money? We want the money. Like, you promised me money. There's going to be some trouble. Where's the damn money? Again, $2,000, not $1,400, $2,000. And again, this is more political ammunition for the Republicans to use. And if the Republican establishment is smart, they will slaughter the Democrats in the 2022 midterm election cycle, because if this is one promise that the Democrats are going to flip-flop on and screw up on, well then good luck in building the great progressive liberal alliance, because a lot of people don't like being screwed over or lied to, plus a lot of people don't like being evicted and being denied resources that they desperately need and are entitled to, because we have a neoliberal government that wants to constantly screw over working class citizens.
Oh, hell yes. Ta-da.
Well, and did any of you guys get the get the card instead of a stimulus. So the last round of funds that they sent them out on these debit cards.
Oh, they did?
No,
Oh,
but they
yeah.
screwed mine up and sent it to TurboTax because that's who I prepared my taxes through. So it took an extra week to get to me. And they did this with H&R Block too. Now, when you're transferring billions of dollars, I mean, even sitting on it for a day or two earns you a good amount of interest. So, I just think that there was, because they didn't screw up the first one. How come they screwed up the second one? They couldn't just send it to the same way they did the first time. And then if you didn't, you got a card, like Amber's saying. A lot of people got these cards, which you have fees on, right? Because the poor always pays the most when it comes to
actually
fees.
they didn't have fees, but you can't actually get it easily transferred into a bank account. So it's only good if you want to buy on Amazon or renew a subscription or some bullshit, but you can't really use it to pay your rent unless your landlord takes credit cards. And I think I've had 1 out of 40 that allowed that. So I mean, it's nuts. It's just they're hoping people think they're fake and throw them away is what they're hoping, because then they never have to pay it.
Probably, actually. Now that I think about it, I threw a card out. That was.
Yeah, it looks.
God, don't do that.
It looks cheesy as shit. It does not look like it's real,
Right.
and you have to search 8 different places to find out if it is real.
Yeah,
That's good.
And it's
So
a
things are
perfect
going well.
environment
Yeah.
for scam artists to take
Yeah.
advantage of scared people, misinformed people.
Frightened, yeah.
The thing is, again, our government is choosing not to step up. And, people again wonder how we got Trump. It's because of the Democrats and their sloppy handling of this entire stimulus
Exactly.
check. And I'm just wondering now in the back of my mind, well, what else are they going to screw up on to cause more anger and backlash, especially as we go into 2022? I mean, will there be another, God forbid, another situation like George Floyd happening? I'm wondering what the Democrats are going to do in response to that, because there's always some form of police brutality or abuse of police powers that happens every year. And now I'm just curious again, just what will the Democrats do to really show the people their true colors? Because if we constantly assume that the Democrats are the good guys, they're going to keep on screwing us over. And I'm getting tired of being tone policed by their defenders or people saying that the Republicans are the greater evil.
Aw, come on,
When
you
you
know
say-
they'll
when you say
capitalize
vote for
on
the
it.
lesser two evils, you're still voting for evil. I mean, that's a fact.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah,
they're gonna get slaughtered in 22. We all know it. So go ahead, Chanda.
Right. Well, if an event like George Floyd did happen, we know this from, folks like Rahm Emanuel, that they'll never let a good disaster go to waste. They will capitalize on it. And that's exactly what they do. Now that they don't have the whole TDS, Trump bad, we're pushing back against Trump. Yeah, they're going to fall down much harder on Black Lives Matter. Look at how Hillary Clinton treated Black Lives Matter in 2016, right? We all saw the WikiLeaks memo from inside the DNC that said these are the things you're allowed to say to them and support-wise. We already know that they use groups for their demise.
Yeah. That's what they do. Like, I think I'm more pessimistic than Kit, honestly, and I do appreciate his optimism.
We're very pessimistic here, so welcome.
I feel bad sometimes. I'm like a dark cloud.
I have
just
to
like
hold
be
on to the
realist.
flame of
It's like-
hope. I mean,
The flame of hope.
but I mean, it's I still believe that maybe something good will happen. But
All
right.
Well, Allie, you are an honorary Dame of Doom now.
Yeah, you're a Dame of Doom.
That's
yeah.
what we do.
Yeah, so we got the Dame of Doom and we got the torch holding the hope of eternal flame in his
There you
hand.
go.
I like that. That's good.
The only thing left in Pandora's box was hope.
Oh.
Oh,
really?
shit.
Yes.
Is my hair going to grow back?
if you hope hard enough, then the answer is yes.
I'm still optimistic just now with these people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
they've served their purpose to me.
I've got hope in your generation, Kit's generation. I'm the old guy in the room, so I used to be the kid on the block. We have I caught this tweet from our very good friend Irish Dim Sum, and she says, Kyle says, one more day not to be disgusting liars. Ossoff and Joe Biden, and Irish Dim Sum said it was never once referred to as combined with Trump's $600, always an unequivocal 2K. What a shameful cadre of liars, and those covering for them should be shamed and called out for enabling this ruse. And that would be the corporate-owned media, like a News a Week. and so many others, MSNBS and the rest of them. So thank you for that, Irish dim sum. And what do we got? I gotta let Crystal chime in here. Chanda, don't yell at me. Come on.
We fight over rising clips. It's kind of a thing.
It's not that we don't like them. It's just that Chanda thinks I bring a few too many, but maybe that's the case. Let's see.
They do good work.
So this is honestly kind of incredible. The media carrying water for Joe Biden in a new fact check about those $2,000 checks that were repeatedly promised would go out immediately if Democrats won both of those Senate seats in Georgia. So this is Newsweek. Let's throw this up on the screen. They say Joe Biden critics falsely claim the president lied about $2,000 stimulus checks. That's really interesting because as far as I can tell, $2,000 checks haven't gone out, number one. Number two, they've been knocked down to $1,400 and immediately has somehow turned into maybe in March, maybe in April. And we're open to further negotiations. Just for memory's sake, so that I don't think I'm going crazy, let's take a listen to what Joe Biden actually said in Georgia about those checks.
By electing John and the Reverend, you can make an immediate difference in your own lives. The lives of the people all across this country.
Oh, God.
Because their election
This hurts.
will put an end to the block in Washington on that $2,000 stimulus check. That money that will go out the door immediately. Tell people who are in real trouble.
Immediately. $2,000. Interesting. I mean, the funny thing too, Sagar, is when I read through this Newsweek piece, I was like, I wonder what they're going to say to justify this. And they actually don't really explain how his critics are falsely claiming this. They don't really do much to dispel. They actually report on those exact comments he made in Georgia. So how do those comments, $2,000 immediately, square with the fact that we're not getting $2,000 and it's not happening immediately? It just seems like pretty straightforward.
God, have we beat the hell out of this one enough tonight or what?
Yeah, I think it's beat to death. But I got to say, he so reminds me of when I worked in the nursing home of this old guy that would come up to me and tell me he did a dookie in his pants.
Oh, God. I haven't heard
He just has that look on his face of confusion.
You're hurting me there, that dookie.
I can't help but think of my departed uncle who passed away in September, but my uncle really liked ham. Like it was a crazy thing. He just really liked ham sandwiches, and I'll never forget when he ran out of the house. He was 91, and he was just running. This was like when my grandpa was recovering from the hospital, and since obviously they're both senior citizens and they can't drive anymore. But I just saw him run out the house, and I'm like, well, where's he going? Because I had to take care of my grandpa at the time. And then like 30 minutes later, I look out the window and I see him running back to the house with a bag of groceries. And I decided just to leave it alone because he's really excited. And then he just gets inside the house. He's at the staircase. I'm looking through the peephole through my door. He goes inside the bag of groceries. He just pulls out this bag and says, "I can't wait to eat this ham." And it's like he said it to himself like that, but he meant it. Damn it! And here I say it: if he was president of the United States, we'd make sure we get our students.
Everybody get a ham.
And everyone
Glad
would
it
get
was ham and not bologna.
Yeah, there you go.
A ham in every pot. That's how it works.
You know what? And that's how it should be. Everyone should get a ham. There you go.
See, there's the optimism. That's what I mean.
Yeah, you guys
Unfortunately, I feel like we're about to learn more about stone soup than anything.
are shit. Yeah. Boot soup.
More nips and tatties.
God, we're just blowing. We're just eating up the time tonight.
Yeah, general
let's-
strike. I agree, Keith.
Yeah, we had Mike Pompeo and Elliot Abrams and those guys in the chat a few minutes ago.
Klaus Schwab's in the chat too.
Oh God, you guys brought.
I
all those
invited
people.
all my friends.
You're so cool. Yeah, you're so cool.
The chat's hilarious tonight. I've
Yeah.
been cracking up.
Yeah, we like to. What did Fiorella call our channel? Quirky. We're quirky.
We're quirky.
She like us because we're quirky.
Yeah, we're not really. We don't call ourselves journalists. We're analysts. We remember the show Talk Soup where they would bring together all the clips of the wackiest shit on the internet. We kind of do that, but for the progressive movement.
Yeah, we're trying to give everybody a little laugh. We try. I'm not that washed up comedian comedian at the Minority Resort, but you know, I try and emulate my favorite comedian, that jerk off comedian in California. There, he's funny.
Oh, yeah.
I like him.
He's funny.
So anyway, but
James Dorr.
James Dorr.
Yeah,
I fell in love with Steph until I found out that she was married to Jimmy, and then I thought really ill of myself. So
Then he went back to Rising Clips.
yeah, of course
then he went back to Crystal.
yeah, I went back to Crystal.
You keep Crystal, I'm keeping Chris Hedges.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I'll keep Chris Hedges to myself.
Yeah, you two can fight over your boyfriend there, Chanda. I'm not going to do that. Brianna Greatjoy kind of put somebody in their place this weekend. I just wanted to get you guys' take on that.
No, she would never.
Yeah, this is from Compton J. This guy's great. He's got his own channel. Check him out. This is why I love Brianna Greatjoy. She basically tells people off with such intellect. They don't even know they're being told off. She basically told CNN host he was full of shit and that Fox News covers more of leftist politics than MSNBS and CNNBS. So I've got that here. Let's see if the sound works this time. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Open.
Etc. And Brianna, that's why voices like yours, I think, need to be on cable news. Sometimes it seems like Fox talks more about, progressives, but with a boogeyman, filter versus other news outlets, Brianna.
Yeah, occasionally that's true. Look, the reality is that you're much more likely to see Fox have someone like Glenn Greenwald on to talk about a progressive issue like Julian Assange and press freedoms than you are a network like CNN or MSNBC sometimes. But the reality is that the division between Fox and the liberal networks is fiction in large part when it comes down to what people in their homes are actually thinking about. There's actually a lot more unity among Americans when it comes to the issues. 3/4 of Americans favoring a wealth tax, majorities of Democrats and Republicans supporting Medicare for all, majorities of all Americans supporting a living wage, etc. And so what people are looking for is fewer networks that push us into our balkanized categories, and more that are willing to talk about the fact that kind of corporate capture of Congress, both parties, is really motivating why these kinds of issues aren't being delivered, especially in a time of immense crisis.
That's great.
The best part of this for me, other than, her profound words of wisdom, was watching Dave Weigel be a bobblehead right there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was like, what she said, the antithesis to actual
Dave
journalism.
Never follow through with anything. And didn't he also do a horrible smear job towards Jimmy Dore?
Oh, yeah. Ron Placone punked the hell out of him. It was great. So, I don't know. Now, he writes for the New York Slimes, right? For our wipey, I think. So I have a hard time taking him seriously. So he's definitely
should get rid of that mustache.
Yeah, I really,
it's sloppy.
You don't like it?
No, I like the creeper stash.
He reminds me of a 1970s cop show actor. He was
1970 porn studios called, "Hey, return back the prop."
Oh, that's it. I was confused. I get confused with what I watch. So
right in at our dive bar, just saying.
It's a dive bar.
Pullover, Seattle, Patagonia style.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, thanks for everybody in the chat. Hey, Cheese Man.
Yeah, you guys are killing me.
Yeah,
right now.
I can't see the other chats, so you guys, I hope you are. And so anyway,
we did get a nice super chat.
Yeah, we had a super chat.
Bot.
All right.
Cheers to everyone, especially with my girl Allie and my guy Kit. I'm on Team Kit. Whatever Kit likes.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Pizza War.
Yeah, that's great.
Also, apparently on the YouTube live stream, the official Joe Biden account said, "You kids got to pull yourself by your bootstraps." I have no empathy.
No, he has no empathy.
No, he doesn't. Nothing's fundamentally going to change.
Here too. Oh no.
Yeah, you're going to like it.
Joe Biden showed up too.
Oh my God.
The Joe Biden official account, because it's not him. He's sleeping right now.
Invite them to our next party. It's going to be dress up again. Chanda likes to throw these dress up parties.
Yeah, I throw online masquerade parties for the progressive movement. We did a Halloween one and a New Year's one. They're a freaking blast. We just come in, talk politics, and have a good time.
Get drunk, the usual.
Get drunk. Some of us are smoking.
Yeah, it took Ron a whole day to get that Darth Vader mask off.
Ron Placone showed up to our Halloween as Darth Vader. It was hilarious.
Really? Nice.
Yeah. Absolutely. We got
What's next, Oz?
we got Connie Chung.
Do you know Connie Chung smokes 2 packs a day?
Really?
It's like shocking.
Yeah, well,
when I heard that, it was like, no way. Yes, she does.
No,
like
she
Maury
doesn't.
Povich, I've seen interviews where Maury was like, well, that's the one habit I'll never break of hers.
Yeah, well,
She's a little spitfire, man.
yeah, she is.
I love that. in a weird way.
That's she's. I wish everybody would cut down on the smoking.
Wait. Maury Povich is, I forgot.
That's who she's married to. Yeah.
Yeah, they're married. Been
Yeah.
married for a long time. I was shocked when I heard that. I just couldn't imagine her smoking.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying I smoke, so whatever, but
Yeah, poor.
I know what you mean, though.
Packs a day?
Yeah.
How's she alive?
She's busy. She's, she's got to keep that momentum.
She's got to be a millionaire to afford them. What's a pack of cigarettes in Washington State's $10 a pack?
Forget Washington State. The last time I bought a pack of cigarettes in Chicago, it was $18 freaking dollars. I almost fell over.
Pack?
Anywhere from like
I was downtown though.
Things are expensive in the city of Chicago. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Rom. Thank you, Rom. Thank you, Rom. Anyway,
Thank you, Rom.
Yeah, thanks, Rom.
Thanks, Obama, for giving us Rom.
Yeah.
Jeez, that was a gift we could have lived without.
Yeah, you know what?
Keeps on giving.
I'm not even going to run this clip because all it is just showing, and you guys have seen it probably way too
Yeah,
much.
we've seen it.
It's just Biden lying, for years and years, and that got reported as fake news too. That Biden never lied. I do want to highlight we have a famous personality here in her dual life. Chanda got a part in the new King Kong versus Godzilla movie, and check it out. I want an autograph. Yeah, and all I heard through that whole thing was, "Get your dirty hands off me, you filthy ape!" But I think I got the person wrong. Wasn't that Charlton Heston, Chanda?
Yeah, I think it was. We're thinking Planet of the Apes.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Wrong ape.
I get confused. Anyway, I thought you looked great there. I mean, that's
thank
great.
you.
Yeah, that was.
It was a rough shoot, but I got through it.
That wind was just magnificent.
Yeah, it was.
So that was our Reface program, and you'll notice throughout the deck there's funny clips and memes, and sometimes it'll be my face, Amber's face, Oz's face, sometimes our guests. We kind of incorporate them into the background of the show, so be on the lookout for the Easter egg.
Yeah, we try and one up each other too. I think Chanda owes me one now. I got her
I
with
do owe you one.
I got her with the kung fu one, but I don't know this one. Ryan Knight, he was the focus of that $2,000 Newsweek punking, and he said $2,000 is not $1,400. So Joe Biden either is a liar or really bad at math. I'm going to stick with liar. I think bad at math. I don't know. Maybe cut him some slack. Cut him some slack. Here's another nice one.
Snake. Oh shit! This chat's gonna blow up with snakes.
Mask on.
Oh god.
Mask on. Mask off. Mask on. Mask off. And this is one of our friends pointed this out to me today. I think it was Irish Dim Sum, and she said, this is the one thing about Matt Stoller that she really is really challenges him on, is he seems to be a fanboy for Elizabeth Warren. Do you guys have any idea why that would be?
Well, she's trying to bring it back now. I haven't seen shit from her in 6 months, and now every time I turn around, it's an Elizabeth Warren quote.
Yeah, she got a timeout.
Yeah, she went in
They let her
timeout.
out of
Now
the
she's
cage.
back.
Yeah, she had something to say. My neighbor still has a sign up for her.
Really?
Got a plan. Don't forget.
I can't even
She's got a
respect
plan.
Warren at this point, and I'll
I know,
explain my
right?
reasons why. Number one, she kept on trying to copy Bernie Sanders' campaign, but every time she did it, she added so much bureaucracy to it that she made anything progressive seem impossible to happen. And number two,
Lawyer.
she wasn't even in the top 3 in any of the primaries. And when it came down to it, if she was so ideologically in line with Bernie Sanders, you would think that she would step down and be like, okay, Bernie, I'll stand with you. Maybe Bernie would have made some concessions. But she ran this horrible misinformation campaign towards Bernie Sanders and his supporters.
Yeah, you
calling
liar.
Bernie bros, sexist white males, saying Bernie Sanders said that a woman can't be president, even though that's something that he never said to her.
Exactly.
She has lied about her career. People don't even know that she was part of the Federalist Society that was really very conservative and going after homeowners and working class people. Warren is not who she says she is. And plus, she also ran a horrible campaign for a while where she was saying that she was part Native American, but when the DNA test came back, to quote Maury Povich, that's a lie. You are 0.000% Native American or something like that. I mean, let's face it, she is a white woman who has lied about most of her career and is very opportunistic in regards to taking advantage of work that other people have done.
Well, not to mention she stayed in the race so much longer just to take those votes away from Bernie. She's obviously a sheepdog for the Democratic Party, always has been. She throws a couple of progressive talking points out there every now and then, but she always waffles on those. She was a Republican. Come on, it's all one big party and we ain't a part of it.
Yeah, she wasn't good for the brand. Not like I really care about the brand, but she wasn't at the time. I was like, oof, get her out of here. That's so cool. She got on, I think it was Instagram Live. I don't know, something. There was one social media network that she really immersed herself in, and wasn't good. Her fans were, no offense if there's any fans, they're really angry. I mean, we should all be angry, but they were like this different kind of angry.
Or pantsuit angry, or pink pussy hat angry.
Oh, absolutely. And that healthcare plan.
I can't stand
Oh, yeah.
Got a plan?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Written by her daughter who works at United Healthcare.
Yeah.
It was
That's convenient.
Really?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Good.
And then she kept getting caught in it, and then she'd lie about it. It was horrible.
Right.
Well, I better move on before I get into my being an Amy Klobuchar fanboy. So I know you guys don't want to hear that.
Oh, no.
I'm not. No. Oz would be beat to death by the whole board at Roar Media if I did that. I've got not voting felon. It says, why was AOC praising Biden for his climate plan on the same day he approved 31 oil drilling permits? That's kind of counterproductive, Joe.
AOC is Nancy Pelosi 2.0.
Yeah, she is.
She is.
Okay?
She is.
There it is. Let's rip that Band-Aid off and look at that gangrenous wound.
Oh, Jesus
It's
Christ.
just,
Shanda, get your pearls out.
Yeah.
Don't talk about the squad that way.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it.
I call her a reality TV progressive because that's all she's been. I want to know whose season finale is going to be better, Kim Kardashian's or AOC's, because that's the only time I ever see her is when she's tweeting or cooking something or, she's busy with her reality
like figuring out how to work a garbage disposal on her sink. Does anybody remember that?
Yeah, I did. Wasn't she trying to figure out how to turn on the food processor too while she's doing that thing?
She's one of us. She didn't know what it was.
Oh, shit. I better. I hope my daughter wasn't watching. This is bad faith. Shanda, this is your segment.
This is a segment about the word general strike. So general strike has been thrown around for a long time. I have pushed for general strike since I left Philadelphia in 2016. But are we getting closer, and is it dangerous? Because a few people of influence have put general strike out there, hashtag general strike. And of course, the neolibs just like, you can't do that. Oh my God, you're inciting. It could turn into an insurrection.
Who's going to deliver their groceries, Chanda?
I know.
Think about all the rich people. They're in their ivory towers. They don't know how things work anymore.
Poor things.
Yeah, I want to say as well, these two ladies up here, Brianna Greyjoy, and this is the president of the Flight Attendants Union. I can't remember her name, but she is a smart cookie, and I really appreciate. This is a great clip.
AKA badass.
Badass.
You recently tweeted, the nurses are exhausted and dying trying to care for Americans. Tens of millions are being pushed into poverty. Frontline workers can't believe anyone even gives a damn anymore. Hello, America. When is it time to stop making it work? We have to take seriously a mass labor strike. This was very exciting to a lot of ears because a lot of leftists have been saying, we got to do a general strike, but no one seems to really know how that would work or what that would entail.
Yeah.
What did you mean when you tweeted that?
Well, I mean, I was serious about it. I didn't just tweet it like it was a cool thing to say. But I'll be very honest, okay?
Yeah.
We haven't been willing to use the word strike in this country. I mean, there are labor leaders and there are labor academics who said to me during the government shutdown, "Are you sure you want to say strike? Isn't that kind of dangerous to say that?" And I was like, "Say it, strike, you know." So I have to tell you, I mean, when I tweeted that, it's not like I thought, okay, we are ready to go out on a general strike tomorrow. I didn't. But we have to be able to raise this into the conversation. Mm-hmm. We have to be able to socialize this idea among workers and among leaders.
Now, I am right. Is that correct, Chanda? That is
yeah. Okay. Sarah Nelson is her name.
Sarah Nelson.
I had to bring the next clip, which is probably less than 2 minutes, but she just gets so fired up. It's awesome rant.
Yeah, this is again, she's great. And I think they're a good team here. This is a great interview.
You recently tweeted, the nurses are exhausted and dying trying to care for Americans. Tens of millions are being pushed into poverty. Frontline workers can't believe anyone even gives a damn anymore.
No.
Hello, America.
Let's try this one.
Slide.
Yeah, that looks better. Uncle Oz there.
First and foremost, the problem is that we were starting from an assessment of how is this politically going to play out. Mm-hmm. And that's why the elections are close, because people can't tell who's fighting for them.
Yeah.
Right.
And some people, like, why would you even participate in a system like that? So if the question is who's going to get the credit or who's going to get the most blame, we've lost before we started.
I agree.
Do the fucking right thing. I'm sorry, but you know what? That's it. And if you do, people are going to follow you. You don't do a political assessment about who's going to get credit here. People are hurting. People are dying. People are not making enough money. We had a wage crisis and a jobs crisis in this country before we even started. This has only opened it up to the problems that exist. Pick your issue, because there's plenty of them to fight on. And I'll have to tell you that anyone who talks to me about whether or not it was a political assessment to do a relief bill better keep walking.
Yeah.
Because that means you're not doing your job. You're there to take care of the people. You're there to take care of the general welfare of this nation. Yeah. And if you are, this is the problem. This is the problem, because we have led ourselves to believe that it is either, the evil or the lesser of the evil.
Amber, is she related to you?
Truce right there. And again, this is the time where we have to do the right thing. Look, people are hurting and starving. And when you create desperate people, they will push back. And when they look at a Congress that's not going to fight for them, when they look at a Congress that chose to expand their medical benefits, give themselves a pay raise, all the while ignoring working class families, then people are going to get angry. And it's not going to be a pothead comedian that people are going to be yelling at or telling to calm down. It's going to be out there in the streets. It's going to be in the front of your house. It's going to be everywhere. Because if nothing fundamentally changes, we are going to get somebody worse than Trump. Or Trump will run again. Who knows? Yeah. But the situation that we have cannot keep going on. The problem is we have Democrats that are too cowardly to act. We have Republicans that are more than happy to just continue on with the way things are. All the while, their constituents, their voters are left in the dark, and the corporate media is still putting blindfolds over their eyes. But everyone's seeing it. Everyone's talking about it. We're seeing people being evicted. We're seeing jobs and plants and businesses, small business owners, homeowners losing everything. And our government still keeps moving along. We see the government doing everything it can to protect hedge fund managers. We see our government doing everything they can to protect Wall Street investors. We see our government bailing out banks and major corporations. We see our government bailing out and giving money to foreign countries or regime change wars or potential coups that will happen further on down the road. we're not getting relief. Now, I'm not saying other democracies like Canada or member nations of the European Union, Great Britain, New Zealand, South Korea, Japan, Australia, or any other country is perfect. I'm pretty sure they got their fair share of problems too, their own forms of corruption. But at least those countries have given their people social safety nets in which those people, all those people in those countries I mentioned, fought for, and the government realized that they can't screw over working class citizens, because we've seen protests in other countries when their governments try to take away their benefits, and they push back and they push back hard. We have nothing. I've had people from different countries comment on our YouTube videos. Wow, I've never heard of medical debt. Wow, I can't believe you guys don't have single payer health care. I can't believe you guys are letting this happen. You've let this go on for so long. We're being called out by the rest of the world. So is it some great conspiracy that the rest of the world has social safety nets and we don't? Are we somehow ahead of the game? Or is our country that inept, being run by politicians with middle school mentalities and are too unimaginative to come up with anything to help out working class citizens? I've heard corporate media call Joe Biden the next FDR. Now, FDR wasn't a thing, but during his first term as president, he was able to get things done. And here's the thing. Here's the bar that FDR sent. And again, FDR, like any other world leader, has their problems. They're not perfect. They're not good people. But FDR, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times was elected by the American people to be the president of the United States. Now, to be fair, he died on his 4th term, but that goes to show you the social policies and programs that FDR put in. And of course, he was also a wartime leader, but the American people trusted him because when he said he was going to do something, he used his executive power to help the people, because he knew, and he was from the aristocracy, he knew that if things did not change, they were all next. But the rich people seem to have so much PTSD from FDR and his policies, which, mind you, were not all that great, but it was a stepping stone to something bigger. But they have PTSD from what FDR did and what he could have done. And they're willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that we never get another FDR or somebody that will go farther than what FDR put in. And calling Biden the next FDR, actions speak louder than words. We're still waiting for our stimulus checks. We see you constantly passing more benefits for fossil fuel and big industry. We see you talking about doing more regime change wars. That's not FDR. That's Joe Biden being who he was for 40 plus years. The reason why we got student debt is because of Joe Biden. The reason why race relations in this country have been so terrible is because Joe Biden was a segregationist. He was against busing. He worked with Republican segregationist leaders in the House and Senate. This is the same guy who voted for the war in Iraq. Hey, vote blue no matter who, people. You're awfully freaking silent. Why don't you open up your eyes and look out the window and realize that nothing's fundamentally changing? And I don't want to hear all this finger wagging in 2022 when you say, well, we got to make sure the Democrats get the House and Senate. If they're not going to do crap for us now in 2021, they're not going to do crap for us in 2022 and going up into the 2024 presidential election cycle. This is bullshit. We deserve more, and our government's willing to let this happen. And the Democratic Party and all those who have those coveted blue check marks are constantly carrying water for the Biden administration. Good luck in telling people to calm down when they lose everything, because we are not going to want to listen to it.
We got to wait. Now's just not the time for Medicare for all. We have to wait. We don't know how long you have to wait, but you just need to wait.
I'd like to take this brief moment to remind everybody that Amazon's cash flow sales increased 25% to $38.5 billion in the last quarter.
I was worried. Good.
Just keep it all in perspective.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Yeah, keep your tone down, okay?
Yeah, really. Allie,
buy your groceries. We're trying to help
I'll stab
Bezos
every
build a
one of
clock.
you with an adverb, a pronoun, and an adjective. So watch your language as me. I know my words. I have the best words.
Yeah, you do. Allie, pass him the oxygen tank, will you? He needs some. It's oxygen on that one. Thank you, Kit. We love your passion. And speaking of passion, we're gonna really make you happy here with this one. Chanda brought this one today.
So weird.
Yeah, this is Morticia.
No, I follow this woman. She has a podcast and a show on YouTube. What's her name? I'll have to look when we hit play. Anyway, she owns a funeral home in LA, and she always does videos on death, and people ask her questions about what it's like to deal with the dead and work with the dead. Well, mainstream media will report what it's reporting, but she is looking at it from the view of taking the bodies. And what she's saying about COVID is terrifying.
Yeah.
Our government is not helping. They think capitalism's going to come in and deal with it, and it's not.
Yeah. And she's like Sarah Nelson in the previous clip. She's pissed. She is pissed. This is listen, hear her out. This is really serious.
There are vast stretches of Los Angeles that are primarily home to Latino and Black people. Those communities are filled with frontline workers who live in densely situated, multi-generational homes, many of which are low income. They can't not work or work from home, and they can't just live somewhere else. These are the people who are filling our funeral homes. To put a human face on this, there was a bus driver living in South LA who migrated from El Salvador. He lived with his mother and children. The family doesn't know how COVID infected their home, but the whole family has it. COVID has put him on the brink of death, and he doesn't have health care. Calling an ambulance would just mean driving around in circles. They have nowhere to go, no hospital to take him to. You hear the sirens all night long. So he dies at home. A police officer has to come sit with the body until a funeral home picks him up, but no funeral home has room. This is not a home funeral, by the way, the magic of a body in a living room, the family making an informed choice to care for their own dead. There's no magic when you have no idea if you are going to be able to get anyone, no matter how much you pay them, to pick up this body. So, how did this happen? We know how this happened, but the question that I think about all day, every day, is where is the government? This has been going on for almost a year. This didn't catch you by surprise. What are you guys doing, huh? The fact that the government feels no need to step in at all is so frustrating, especially since they killed a lot of these people. With their arbitrary policies, their lack of health care, their lack of financial help for the unemployed, and then you do absolutely nothing to help them or their families once they die. You don't provide any money to get them cremated or buried. You don't even provide refrigerated storage for their bodies so their families at least know they're somewhere safe. Things like refrigerated trucks, communal burials, mobile crematoriums, those aren't the enemy. Those are the solutions. My issue is we don't have any of those. They sent the National Guard in to help at the coroner's office, which is good. The coroner is also wildly, hopelessly overwhelmed with bodies. But that's a little help for one link in a very long chain. So who's left responsible for all of these bodies? Funeral homes. It's a mass casualty disaster, and the government is like, small-time capitalism will handle this best. No, it won't. No one thinks that. Funeral directors don't even think that. This is a ragtag crew of funeral homes of extreme...
Yeah, her name is, the channel is Ask a Mortician, and I just find her shows and her topics really fascinating. She's very smart.
Yeah.
We don't talk enough about death and dying in this country and culture. So thanks for
What do
bringing
those people do? I mean, it's $4,000 to get cremated. Even where we live, it's $2,000. So, I mean, I've had friends who had to have their spouses or siblings cremated, and they sit on a shelf for months and months and months till they can raise the money to pay to get them out of hock after they're dead.
I could barely afford my dog's cremation, and that's where my first stimulus went.
Oh.
Yeah, good times.
Sorry.
That's
and I know a lot of people have lost their pets too. You know, I mean, it's just it's sad, and you know that's where the GoFundMe comes in every goddamn time to save our country, and that's the thing. I don't think people are going to let their neighbors go homeless over and over again. The next coming weeks, I don't think it doesn't matter what party you are, what your belief is. We're not going to let this shit keep happening. You know,
Right.
we had 10 people arrested in Tacoma last night because they were trying to kick people out of a hotel that are supposed to have vouchers, but they actually never pay the poor hotel. So then they come in and kick them out. It's just an endless cycle. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
What
people
needs
help
to
each
know
other.
is their rights, especially homeowners and especially people who live in apartments. You cannot be evicted unless there's a sheriff there. But at the same time, too, we did a story on Heartlands Media about the Kansas City tenants, and what they did was they closed off, using as protesters, They used their own bodies to close off access to the courts there so that their neighbors would not be evicted, because the court was working on basically evicting those people. Now, again, those Kansas City tenants, they're still fighting. They're still doing it, but this is something we all have to work together on, because there's no way we're going to beat this damn virus if people are evicted out on the streets. Now, from what I've heard, January 31st, that was the original date where people were going to be evicted from their homes. I heard they kicked it down the road to March, but they're kicking the can down the road. And no matter how many times you kick the can down the road, people are still being evicted. 30 to 40 million Americans on the street, that's a death sentence for probably a lot of those people, because how many of them are senior citizens? How many of them are handicapped?
Yeah.
How many of them are suffering with mental health issues?
Exactly.
How many of them are veterans with PTSD? How many of them are kids? How many of them are single parents? I mean, we don't know who these people are, that 30, 40 million. We don't know who they voted for politically. We don't know who they worship or anything else like that. But those are 30 to 40 million people, American citizens, being left in the cold by our republic, by our democracy, by this institution. And yet Congress has a 13% job approval rating. How is that number so high? It should be much lower than that, lower than 13%. Yeah. This is not how a civilized society acts. No. And we could wag our fingers at Iran or Russia or China or North Korea and call them dictatorships. And, they probably got their fair share of problems too. They got their own issues. But, I don't see the Russian government doing this to us. I don't see the Chinese government doing this. I don't see North Korea doing this to us. I see our own government, Democratic and Republican elected officials, choosing to cater to the top 1%, all the while letting millions of Americans, I'm going to say that again, millions of Americans die because of what? A pride in some Puritan logic. Let me let you all in the history of the Puritans. They were the Pilgrims, all right? And the Pilgrims were not persecuted. The Pilgrims were not being subjugated under a tyrannical regime. No, the Pilgrims ruled, the Puritans ruled England for some time, but everyone got tired of their shit because you couldn't drink, no prostitution, no laughing, no Christmas, no nothing. So they told them to leave because everyone got tired of their fucking shit and that mythology of Puritan working hard, work, because that's how you're going to get to heaven. Work. Right. I never heard of a more horrible version of hell. At least hell is up front with its crap, fire and brimstone. If this is heaven where you work until you're dead, that's not living. That's not living at all. Who wants to live like that? You know what people's greatest regrets are when they're on their deathbed? I wish I didn't work so hard.
Yep, I
wish I didn't spend so much time at work.
Yep.
Well, yeah. And this Puritan logic, this Puritan mythology doesn't happen. It's a myth. It's a story to make yourself feel better or reaffirm your faith into something that's just like Santa Claus. It doesn't exist. But here's what's really real. People are dying, and people will starve in the streets if our government doesn't do crap. And then again, you're going to have a lot of these liberals who are clutching their pearls saying, well, how did we get Trump? How did we get this? It's because of your inept leadership. So I don't want to hear this crap about when we're critical of Democratic lawmakers. And yeah, we're harsher on Democratic lawmakers because going after Republican lawmakers is like going after low-hanging fruit. We know who they are. They're up front with their shit. But the Democrats, they're hiding behind a smile. I don't mean to swear so much. I apologize.
No, swear away. We drop a lot of F-bombs on this show.
This is the dive bar. We're not that classy 10 a.m. show.
Yeah, I know.
It's just all of this in a weird way. Like eerily calm. I mean, obviously people are dying, things aren't good, but people with every passing day from whatever, what happened back in the spring, everything with George Floyd, what happened throughout just the entire year, and then even something like Wall Street bets. With each passing event, people's masks keep coming off more and more. So I think at the end of the day, people are still going to help each other out.
I do too.
I'm oddly taking the optimistic route on this one.
Well done. Welcome to the club. You're going to be disappointed in this clubhouse, though. You're always disappointed in the optimistic club.
I have faith in humanity.
I think I got to be to this point because of that. Because I got tired of being disappointed. I think, our government's just not working anymore. We can analyze it to death. It's just not working. So it is on all of these people in charge of us. But at the end of the day, while we still have a semblance of the illusion of, choosing who's in charge of us, it is our responsibility to keep on, educating people as best as possible. Because I feel like in a way our elected leaders are sometimes a reflection of us. Like, honestly, Trump, as bad as he was, we're Americans. We all kind of love a little bit of like degenerate entertainment.
Right.
We all do. Don't lie and say that you don't. So it forced all of us to kind of wake up a little bit and maybe pay attention to what's going on. Now, people that, have been doing this forever and are in media following this, they knew. But your average person who didn't pay attention before, I think when they found out that Trump was the president, they were like, huh, what? So I hope and I think it is going to go in the right direction. But it's just, we can try to reason away, why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they doing that? That's just who they are. What do we want? They show us, what they want. What do we want? My 2 cents.
Another thing, too, we need to bring up, and that is we have an antiquated political system that hasn't really seen much change. If you compare our Constitution, which according to some is the greatest document in the world ever,
Right.
other constitutional republics, other democracies, other republics out there, they have revitalized and revamped their constitutions time and time again, and also adapted policies and different political initiatives, because democracies and people do evolve and change, and yet we are stuck with an antiquated system from the 1700s, from the 1700s, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
76 somewhere in there. Yeah, that's right.
I was just like, wait, yeah, I think.
But yeah, so from 1776 when we started this whole revolution up until now, we still haven't gotten rid of the Electoral College, and people could say the 13th Amendment ended slavery, but we still have slavery through prison labor programs. We still have a system
slavery.
that is designed to really cater to those who have money. I mean, the story behind the United States and the whole idea is you come here. It doesn't matter who your father is or who you're related to.
Right.
It matters on the work you do. But sadly, the real truth is it does matter who your father is.
Yeah.
It does matter who you're connected to, because we have legalized bribery in this country.
Yep.
I just want to take a line from Mel Gibson's character from the movie The Patriot when they were talking about whether or not
I love that movie.
go to war against the British government, and Mel Gibson's character said this: "Tell me, why should I fight a tyrant 1,000? Why should I trade one tyrant 3,000 miles away for 3,000 tyrants 1 mile away?"
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. We have a system of very few tyrants, a lot of oligarchs who are just happy keeping things the way they are.
Yeah.
And we are an oligarchy. We are a system that caters 2 to 1%. And while we call ourselves a republic, the only real way things are going to change is if the people demand it and if the people change it. We have to become a true direct democracy, but also the responsibility is in the hands of the people. We can never let up. We can never take a rest.
Nope.
It is constant vigilance to maintain a democracy.
Can't go to brunch.
Yeah, I want to throw some.
Talking about the failure of democracies, the reason why they fail is when people stop paying attention. So with again, these are old democracies, but with the Greeks or even the Romans, they were not perfect, but eventually those systems got replaced with monarchs and kings and tyrants. Caesar
We just
took
called
over
that the 80s.
Yeah, basically. Well, it all started with Ronnie Boy Reagan.
Yeah,
that's my rant.
Yeah, no,
So Joe Biden's official account has stopped by the chat over on the Roar Media side, and it says, "Jill, these corn pop kids need a reality check. Russia is interfering with the plan for the $2,000 stimulus." Really? It was Russia.
According to
Does Jill know you're online?
I know, right? No, Jill's here too. She's in the chat too.
Yeah,
Jill's in the chat too.
I thought
Jill, get Joey off the line. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's confused.
I thought they locked him down at 9 o'clock. I
know, right?
I give him his night meds.
Danny's in bed.
Kit, I want to expand your point just quickly here before we get into our Fee Says segment. Those who have been unmasked recently with Force the Vote are helping to enable these politicians with their shtick. And this is that corporate-owned media, the social media ones, which really turns my stomach. Yeah. I'm willing to talk to these people, but they're going to have to knock off their bullshit through attacking you and Jimmy and Fee and Pasta and anyone else that happened to be for Force the Vote because of Jimmy Dore. So, again, that corporate influence over the social media people are really it really has shined a clear light on who we should be partnering up with. So that's my point on that. Chanda, Fee says.
So we always close our shows every dive with Fee Says. We have a award called the White Bee Award. Well, Fee would just win it every day because she always has such amazing tweets. So we now have a segment dedicated to Fee. So Fee says the intersectional Biden goon squad lied about the $2,000 stimulus and continues denying health care to millions during a pandemic. But we had time to control Wall Street and rescue Wall Street and issue 31 oil drilling permits. Refrain from speaking about violent attacks unless you include those. I agree.
Ding, 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 ding.
Fiorella is always right on a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Except for the pizza issue. She's
got pizza totally wrong. Totally.
Yeah.
We had fun. Fee stopped by the Accidental Activist, my Friday night show. And the Accidental Activist, I talked to activists about what got them involved, how they got involved, how they grew up, because I think we relate to people so much more when we understand why they're fighting and, what drives them. And it was really fun to learn more about Fee. We watch these people on our, TVs and our phones, and we don't know much about them. So I'm trying to build a series where we get to know the personalities around the progressive movement.
I love that. That's awesome.
Oh, I can't wait to have you on. We've already been talking about it, Allie.
We're gonna get you on. We're gonna put you. We're gonna hold your feet to the fire. So anyway,
I'm always harping about doing that to other people, so go for it.
Yeah, really, it'll be fun. I got my combo couch shirt today. Thank you, Pasta, and I've got a bunch of shirts here for our team, Roar Media in Washington State. Amber, there's a special little card in there for you too. So anyway, yeah, I just want to say this has been a great night, and I want to thank Allie and Kit for coming on, and of course, wonderful Amber, wonderful Chanda, and I'm sorry you're stuck with me fuzzing in the corner there, but I wanted to show off my combo couch shirt.
I want to say hi. Stop being God. So
yeah.
I want to hear from our guests one more time how we can find them. Where's the best place to follow them?
Yeah.
Allie, you go first.
So
Ladies
you can
first.
find me the links. I hope you can be shared because my Twitter name back when I made Twitter, it's not an easy one to tell people to follow. It's got underscores in it, so just find it on the info or something. But you can do that, or my Substack, which is also just substack.alliealexandra.com. And then you can also find me on Chicago Corner. I just started with that channel, and that's through Hard Lens Media. So that's my connection with the Hard Lens Media crew. So you'll see a lot more of me there, and then obviously here with Roar. So kind of just starting out, but in all different spots. But yeah, I'm pretty easy to find. So thank you again for having me.
We're excited to have you. Kit, tell us how to find you.
Well, okay. Well, you could check out our awesome YouTube channel, Hard Lens Media, HARDLENS Hard Lens Media, hard like a rock, lens like a camera lens, and then media, of course. We are live every Monday through Friday on our YouTube channel, Hard Lens Media. Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are also on the awesome Rockofin platform every Monday and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have our fun channel, Chicago Reacts, which is a fun YouTube reaction channel. So, if you ever want to see us react to fun videos, that's through us. We're also trying to get Chicago Corner up and running. Allie is going to be a very integral part with that YouTube channel specifically. We also have a Discord. We also have a Hard Lens Media channel as well. Now, some people might be confused because when we were shadow banned, we have another channel called HLM. That's our backup. Yeah. But again, type in Hard Lens Media on YouTube. It's the one with a lot of subscribers on it, and we're just doing a fantastic job there. And it's our viewers and subscribers that have really done a fantastic job in building this network up. And we're humbled by the support, and we just want to keep pushing forward. And I encourage your audience, no matter what part of the country is, now's the time to step up because we need more independent media platforms out there. Doesn't matter where you are, where speak truth to power. Just don't rely on one platform or another. Everyone needs to step up. We're all needed in this fight. If we want to get a better future, that means you got to step up. Don't be that person who says they wish they could have helped.
God, what a great motivational speaker, man. And Kit, anything, Allie, anything that we can do with Roar Media to help support all these great social media channels we have out there, go over to Rockfin, sign up through, any of our sisters and brothers, but follow us all. That's the main thing. So we, next week, we're going to have Franco on, and Allie has agreed to come back and join that panel with Franco Analysis. So we're looking looking forward to that. We should have a full house next week, too. Thanks again. Chanda, you're going to be going on Hardlands Media. When are you going on?
Nice.
I think it'll premiere Friday. Is that right, Kit?
Yeah, so we'll be doing a recorded interview on the second week of February. It'll be Thursday, and then it'll be premiering, I believe, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on Friday. So what I always tell our guests is have fun, be unapologetic, and be yourself and have fun. And, don't hold yourself back. Punch.
Oh, no, I've never been accused of holding myself back. Quite the opposite. Amber, why don't you give us a little push on what Rory's doing real fast before we close out?
Yeah, certainly. You guys got a panel tomorrow, I'm assuming?
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
I just don't know who's going to be on the panel because I've been so busy today. So,
Well, time to get out of the chicken coop, Oz. We got work to do here on Roar Media. You guys got Women's Wednesday, Dames of Doom, and are you doing something Thursday? I heard, Chanda.
Hunter Boyce, he's our man on the ground from Minneapolis. He went into the burning police department and pulled people out this last summer. He is involved in this whole stock trading, and so he was going to stop by and just tell us what he thinks about it. What his stocks are doing and what his plan is going forward with it.
Awesome. And I've been chatting with Shirley Chisholm's granddaughter, so I'm hoping to confirm her for Friday night's Brave New Future. And then you guys got Beauty and the Boomer. And also you've got new show premiere.
Sema Hernandez and Steven Scapoletti. Hopefully we'll get them in Friday evening, either before or after your show. Probably before your show, I'm thinking.
Yeah, so they're a little farther east.
I think it's gonna be a good show. So we've got a lot of things happening. We've got a new board member, Allie. Thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah, very
great
cool.
writing. Go over to Rockfin and check out the article that Allie put up there for us. It's great. And what's the title of that article again, Allie?
What is that?
That was
That's a good question. Ugh.
Oh, you write so many.
I'm looking. I'm almost
That means
there.
we all have to go over there and read it now.
I already read it. It's great. I
It
just
is
forgot
titled
the title.
Wall Street Bets, The Little Guys Rise Up.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, what was it called? And before we go, I want to say special thank you to Joe Biden, Klaus Schwab, who else we have?
Mike Pompeo. Mike
Pompeo.
Elliot Abrams. Yeah.
I'm missing somebody.
Elliot
some guy I
Abrams.
forgot about, but thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was awesome to have you guys in the chat tonight. You were
Lots of fun,
hilarious.
guys. Thank you so much. Say goodbye, everybody. Have a great one.
Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Nap time. Go to sleep, buddy.
Go to bed.
We're going out with one of my favorite groups, Sugar Lime Blue, and they're doing their version of Green River.
Right.
Maybe if I turn on the sound.
So our mics are still hot.
Your mics are still hot.
Sugar
Yes.
Lime Blue Sunday shout out. We have Jeff, Russ, Dave. I'm Ashley of Sugar Lime Blue. And this Sunday shout out is going to Puddin' Dane. Hope you enjoy your shout out. And happy birthday.
Take me down where the cool water flows, yeah. Let me remember the things I love. Stopping at the log with a catfish bite, walking down the river road at night. Barefoot girls dancing in the moonlight. I can hear the bullfrog calling me now. Wonder if my rope's still hanging to the tree. Love to kick my feet way down by the shallow water. Shoe fly, dragonfly, get back to mother. Pick up a flat rock, skip it across the Green River.
but you're gonna find the world is smoldering. If you get lost, come on home to Green River. Well,
St. Patty's Day.
please be sure to subscribe to
Outstanding.
our YouTube channel. It really does help out the band, and to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and talk with us. We like to talk back. So you guys, peace to you, be kind to one another, and we'll see you next week with another Sunday shout out.